YouTube. It's of course Leviathan Prophecy. And I was watching TNT today. Obviously, Kenny, Ernie, uh, Chuck gets the night off, but Shaq sometimes doesn't. Um, didn't see Candace Parker though. Curious to know why. Um, but Draymond Green was talking about unity in the NBA and how certain players get backlash for it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he was basically saying it's not right that Andre Drummond can play, but he has to go back in and suit up and sit on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not right because in my opinion, the sport a sport I mean sport is nothing but a business, you know. In any sport, whether it could be basketball, football, but the ultimate team sport is football, you know. The majority of Americans love football, you know. That's why they say that football is the number one sport. Basketball could always be second fiddle or third fiddle, whether you like baseball, hockey, MMA, but boxing. But basketball will always be second fiddle to the NFL. In terms of popularity, the NBA has it by a mile. You know, uh, jersey sales, the NBA have that. Popularity, the NBA has that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to watch a whole bunch of old heads that's in their 30s quarterbacking, you know? Like sooner or later they are not gonna even remotely be playing. LeBron James can go for another 5 years. Kevin Durant could go for another 10. Westbrook can go for another 10. Harden can go for another 10 years. These old heads, they don't have enough time in professional football to even last that long, you know, because one, the NFL is changed dramatically. If you take that 2009 season and you compare it to 2021, drastically different. The rules drastically changes from year to year. You know what I'm saying? Can't hit the quarterback high, can't hit the quarterback low, can't do this, can't do that. It's like they handcuffing the defense and telling them just to run around, butt naked on the field because you can't catch them. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that the NBA is also the NBA also has issues, social issues. Players speaking out because they don't like this and I don't like that. And Draymond Green is gonna get fined. He's gonna get fined, but something had to be said. And he's the only one. He's the only one with the cojones to even say it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever going to, lash out against the media. I mean, I don't think he was lashing out. I think he was just trying to get his point across. You know, like if you're gonna trade the person, trade it. Don't act like he's not hurt and then don't say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just wrong. Like he's trying to make a living just like how you trying to make a living. You know, and I just think he was dead on. I sometimes bash Draymond Green, but this incident, man, he was dead on right. You know, the media go the team go through the media, and then the media basically spills out what they want to spill out. You know, and as y'all consumers, y'all have the choice to either agree, which 99% of y'all probably do. 99% probably y'all do. Oh my God, what the fuck am I talking about? 99% of y'all probably agree with the media. So, and if they're gonna put like the media is gonna take every wrong angle and say, oh, he's a cancer to this, or he doesn't play right, or this and that, and then y'all gonna eat it up, just like how they treated Odell Beckham Jr. Just like how they treated Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like Antonio Brown was a cancer everywhere he went, this and that and the third. Is blackmailing, you know? And if you can't see that, then you blind as hell. It's blackmailing, you know? Um, but I just think that, the NBA just have to do a better job of protecting their players, you know? You don't necessarily get what the NBA has or what the NFL has, because the NFL, like, no player is going to be dumb enough to stand on the podium and speak its truth. We've seen that from Richard Sherman from time to time. We've seen that from probably, yeah, Richard Sherman is the only one that can speak his mind, because we've seen that many times. But again, the NFL, the NBA is just different. The NBA sometimes take care of its players, while the NFL just, you know, is basically obedient type of household. You know, like the NFL household is like, we feed you, we put clothes on you, we do this, we do that. I expect you to go home, go to school, go to church, come home, and then boom. While the NBA household is, look, man, I give you the keys. I made, this and that. I basically, gave you the keys to your own car. You know what I'm saying? You was driving at 16. You was working at 16. You did everything by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a freely type of atmosphere, you know? Like, I'm not saying that they going around doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but they have what you call control, you know? They have control. Like they can go out there and say the right things and lead by example. Because the NBA is not the only, or the NBA is not the only association that they have to apply by. You have the NBA, you have the WNBA too. You have the WNBA that the NBA has to basically, babysit. Not babysit, but look upon, because they represent girls everywhere. Basketball is a sport where you can play females and you can play males. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the NBA does, it reflects on the WNBA, and whatever the NBA does, it reflects on the NBA. So it's kind of like a, tug of war type. The NBA, the NFL doesn't have that. The NFL is just one unity. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just think that what Draymond Green said was dead on right. And, you know, you have a bad rap. You get a bad rap. You get crapped on by the media. And, if your team, like, say, you spent like you probably say you spent like 8 years in the city. You gave it your all. You know what I'm saying? You made multiple playoffs. You did this, you did that. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't win the big one. You couldn't separate yourself. You couldn't, get over the hump. We've seen this from Shaq from time to time. We've seen this from Dwight Howard. We've seen this from Allen Iverson. Whether they won championships or not, in the media, in the fans' perspective, they should play like in your mind, you think that the players wherever they get drafted should play for that team throughout his whole intender and retire, right? We've seen that a few times. Kobe Bryant got traded in his draft year, 96, I believe. You know, he went from the Hornets all the way to the Lakers. After that, he's never been traded. There has never been no trade rumors. There never been nothing. He retired both of his jerseys with the Los Angeles Lakers. You have Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis have been drafted by the Ravens, I believe it around 1999 or 1998. He's been there ever since. They will probably retire his jersey. I'm not sure. He's been there ever since. Troy Polamalu out of Troy. You know what I'm saying? He got drafted by the Steelers. Never once talked about trade rumors. Never talked about leaving for another team. He got drafted there. He played there his whole entire career. Retired probably. He's probably going to get his number retired as well. I'm trying to think of Eli Manning. Eli Manning got traded. Same scenario as Kobe Bryant. He got traded. You know what I'm saying? Draft day '04. Played with the New York Giants ever since. Probably going to get his number or jersey retired. So you have teams, you have players that played for this organization, and the fans' mindset is okay. They drafted you, so you're supposed to put your all in your every, like you're supposed to put 100% in everything you do. You do the whole 8 years, actually 4 years, because the CBA and the whole contract. But back then it was 4 years, right? So you do the full 4 years, you get a fifth year option. Whether in football you just get a fifth year. Well, and not a fifth year, but they pick up your options. So and then you become a free agent. Whether you want to resign or explore other teams, you can do that. That's your God given right. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of fans have to understand that. That's their God given right. You know, that's why it's called free agent. Because he's a free agent. He can go anywhere he wants to. Like how LeBron James spent 8 years in Cleveland, gave it his all, but when around 2010 came along, he went to Miami and everybody cussed him out. Everybody was saying this and that. For what? He gave y'all great years. He gave y'all great moments. What do you want? What more do you want? You want him. So in standards, y'all wanted him to stay for another 8 years, past his prime, and not even sniff a championship. Because that's where he was going to be. That's where he was going to end up. This is why fans are fans and owners are owners. Okay? Like if y'all wanted LeBron James to stay in Cleveland, renew his contract, he wouldn't even get far. I don't care how well you structure that Cleveland team. He would not get far. Okay? He did what he had to do. Just like KD. KD did what he had to do. He spent all his time in Supersonics, you know, obviously until they moved to OKC. Gave y'all great memories. Went to the team that beat him in the playoffs. Won a championship with them. And then again, people on the internet burning up jerseys, saying he's a sellout. But he gave you everything that he could. Now, again, with LeBron James, if KD would have stayed with Westbrook, you think that they would have won a title together? Hell no. I don't think so. James Harden already split. So it was just them two. With the well, I'm not going to count Ibaka. It was just them two. They was not going to win the championship. So he did what he had to do and bounce. Just like in real life, if you have a job and you don't like it, obviously, if you don't like it, you can say, "Look, I don't want to work here no more," you know, and then they're gonna up ahead and fire you. They're gonna fire you, and then that's gonna be on your uh state. No, that's gonna be on your record. Like whatever crime you commit, that's gonna be on your record until you die. That's never gonna go away. I mean, that's never going to go away. Whatever you do, if you're a pedophile, that's gonna be in your profile. If you committed a crime, if you stole, if you jaywalk, anything, that's going to be on your record. So when you do go apply for a job, guess what? They're going to see that shit on your record. Now, if your record is clean, you're going to get hired right on the spot every single time. I guarantee you. Now, there's jobs that don't necessarily require background checks. You know what I'm saying? Like moving companies. All you're doing is just moving furniture back and forth. They don't require background checks. All they require is you don't have a criminal history, which obviously some of them do, you know, but they take a chance on you and say, okay, you got the job and then this and that. They pay very good money too, you know, but like I said, it's the same thing. If you don't like a job, you get fired, you go somewhere else, you apply, you get the job. You go somewhere else, you could work 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs. You're gonna be working yourself to death. You know what I'm saying? So, but the difference is you don't have an agent. You know what I'm saying? Like you're your own agent when it comes to finding job for yourself. Like imagine if everybody had an agent in America that had to find jobs for you. you know like there's agents like that. Like you can have, like if you out of work, you can, there's like a lot of agencies that can help you, find a job and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But you are your own agent when it comes to the real world. In sports, they don't have the freedom like you have to jump from a job to job to job to job to job. That all has to go by their agent. Now, their agent can be their family members. Their agent can be, the agent that is required by them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could be anybody, to be honest with you. It just can't be themselves, you know? So I just think that, what Draymond Green said about, holding players in the league accountable, he's right. And until we fix it or until they fix it, this is going to be an ongoing issue. You know, like if Zion, prime example, if Zion gives y'all the best 4 years in that Pelicans organization, around I'll probably say 27, 28, he's a free agent. Where do you think he's gonna go? You think he's gonna re-sign with the Pelicans? Hell no. He gave 4 good years. So what he's gonna do? He's gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to New York. I'm gonna go to the Knicks. I'm gonna team up with my buddy RJ." You know what I'm saying? Because he's not gonna want to go to the Nets because the Nets already have 3 legitimate superstars. So he's gonna say, "You know what? I gave the Pelicans too many good years. My time is up. Y'all could go redraft the same dude in the draft. I'm going to such and such, or I'm going to such and such." You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't get mad at him. you know? Like, y'all cannot get mad at him, especially these quarterbacks. these quarterbacks that's entering the damn free agency class, they're not gonna hit the ground running. They're not gonna be another Tom Brady. Most of these quarterbacks have never even sniffed the Super Bowl. So the fact that y'all switch quarterbacks for quarterbacks is just stupid. That's like me switching a 2009 Nissan for a 2018 Nissan. What's the difference? You know, like it is what it is. But y'all let me know what Draymond Green said was right or wrong. I mean, like I said, he's gonna get fined, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Because as a business, you can't let the players run you. Even though the NBA has always been about players, and freedom of speech and all this, sometimes they take it a little bit too far. I can see why the NFL keep their players in line. You know, like if you go against us, you're going to get dealt with. And the NBA is like, you can say whatever you want. It's not gonna get, this and that. Like how Allen Iverson said, man, I'm not wearing no damn suit. Like he was trying to bring the thug culture into the NBA. But Adam Stern said, nah, man, you either get with the program or you the problem, you know? And, Allen Iverson was one shot away from getting out the NFL. I mean, the NBA. Like he was talking about going to overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying like what MVP, what former MVP, what former four scoring title champion know. Well, actually, he says, what former MVP you know that's gonna come off the bench? Like he never had that installed in him. Great talent, great talent, but he never understood team basketball. And that I think that's what hurt his legacy. Even though he had a very good legacy in some people's eyes, some people said that, man, if Allen Iverson would have just to get with the program and understand what team basketball was all about, maybe he could have won a ring. Maybe. But he never had that instilled in him. Nobody has ever taught that to him. Like it's team basketball. Like, yeah, you can have your 50, your 60 point, your 12, your 5 assists, your 6 blocks, whatever have you. But if you're getting blown out every night, what's the point? You want to you want to score points and win championships. That's what I mean, that's what Carmelo Anthony, Allen Iverson, T-Mac, that's what all they had to go by or go through, because they never understood that team mentality, until it was too late. So, so yeah, man, just let me know what you think about Draymond Green's comment. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.